What if I told you Jay-Z's biggest secret isn't an unreleased album, but a whole damn son he's been hiding for over 2 decades? And now, out of everyone, it's Kanye West who's stepping into the fire to defend him. Yeah, you heard that right. The same The Who once called Jay his big brother is now throwing gasoline on a fire. Jay's been trying to smother for years. Why is Kanye suddenly standing up for a man named Rymir Satterthwaite, who claims to be Jay-Z's biological son? Is this about truth, or revenge? And here's the real kicker. Sources say Kanye has proof. Not just gossip, we're talking sealed court documents, silenced witnesses, and DNA games that'll make Maury throw in the towel. Could Jay-Z really be hiding a child this whole time? Did he use money and legal tricks to bury the truth? Or is Kanye just using this as a twisted power move in their never-ending chess game of betrayal? Buckle up, because this isn't just hip-hop drama. This is personal, political, and possibly criminal. And trust me, once you hear what Kanye just said, you'll never look at Jay-Z the same again. You ever seen someone dodge a truth so hard, they practically sprint around it in designer suits and private jets? Because that's exactly what's happening with Jay-Z right now. The man's got more Grammys than most artists have sneakers, but apparently not enough decency to acknowledge a flesh and blood son walking around with his DNA. And now, out of all people, guess who's blowing the whistle? Kanye West. That's right, the same Kanye who's been in the trenches of drama, scandal, and industry beef for decades, just looked the camera dead in the eye and basically said, "Y'all not ready for this truth." And boom, he drops Rymir's name. Now pause for a second, because when Kanye, the self-proclaimed genius, chaos architect, and pop culture's wildest prophet, comes out to defend a man claiming to be Jay-Z's secret son, that's not gossip. That's gospel. It's not even shade anymore. Full-blown eclipse mode. So who is this Rymir Satterthwaite? Just a regular dude, trying to make a living in Philly? Not exactly. This man has been shouting into the void for over a decade, saying, "Yo, Jay-Z is my father." And guess what he got in return? Silence, lawsuits, restraining orders, even attempts to seal court documents so tight you'd think they were guarding nuclear codes, but now the seal has cracked. And out spills a story so twisted it makes a daytime soap opera look like Blue's Clues. Let's rewind the tape. Allegedly, back in the early 90s, when Jay-Z was still hustling between mixtapes and Marcy projects, he had a fling with a woman named Wanda. No limos, no ROC Nation deals, just Jay and Wanda doing what young people do. 9 months later, boom, baby Rymir is born. And here's where it gets messy. Wanda claims she told Jay. Jay ghosted, vanished, never looked back. Fast forward to present day. And Rymir, now a grown man, isn't just throwing around emotional pleas. No, he's got receipts. We're talking paternity test requests, court filings, affidavits, you name it. But here's the kicker: Jay-Z's legal team allegedly refused to take a DNA test, citing everything from privacy concerns to procedural issues. Excuse me, when a man's claiming to be your son and the entire public is watching, the last thing you should be doing is playing the technicality card. But that's exactly what happened. And now, Kanye, who's been distant from the Carters ever since that infamous elevator incident and those awkward Grammy moments, suddenly comes out swinging. It's almost poetic. The prodigal ego finally returns, not to seek forgiveness, but to spill tea hotter than a BET Awards after-party. According to alleged insiders, and, let's be honest, at this point, even the Uber drivers are leaking info. Kanye was approached by Rymir months ago. They reportedly had a private meeting in LA with no cameras, no entourage, just real talk. And Kanye, being Kanye, didn't keep that info tucked away. No sir. Instead, he used a recent podcast appearance to throw a verbal Molotov cocktail directly into the Carter household. Sometimes people build empires on secrets, he said. But God sees everything. And so do I. Translation: Jay, your skeletons just got new lighting. But it doesn't stop there. Social media has exploded with side-by-side photos comparing Jay-Z and Rymir. And let's just say, if Maury was still running DNA tests, this man would have already been shouting, "You are the father." The resemblances ... Scary. Same jawline, same eye shape, even the same damn smirk. Fans have been tagging Jay-Z relentlessly, begging for a response. But what did they get? Radio silence. Not a word. Not even a no comment, just Jay-Z, chilling courtside at NBA games like the walls of his legacy aren't cracking underneath him. Meanwhile, Rymir released an open letter addressed to Jay-Z, and it's the kind of gut punch that stings even if you ain't involved. "I'm not after your money," he wrote. "I'm after the truth that was denied to me my whole life. Now tell me, what kind of monster leaves a kid hanging like that for 30 years, especially with that kind of platform and power?" But wait, it gets even spicier. Sources close to ROC Nation who've spoken anonymously to protect themselves obviously claim that this isn't the first time Jay-Z's name has been tied to a potential hidden child. There have been whispers, settlements, private agreements. In one case, a woman allegedly received a lifetime non-disclosure payout in exchange for dropping her claim. If even half of this is true, we're not talking about a one-time oops moment. We're talking patterned secrecy, corporate cover-ups, and calculated denial. And now, the pressure cooker's ready to blow. Because with Kanye in the mix, the story's gone nuclear, and the media can't get enough. TMZ's camped out. Shade Room's having a field day. Even CNN ran a feature on celebrity paternity and the cost of secrecy. You know it's real when Don Lemon starts quoting and the question that keeps echoing louder and louder: why won't Jay-Z just take the damn test? If it's not true, prove it, end the rumors, clear your name. But instead, he's lawyering up like it's a mafia trial and throwing down injunctions left and right. What is he hiding? A messy affair? A secret family? Or just the fact that behind the billionaire persona is a man who might have made a very human, very selfish mistake? The fans aren't dumb anymore. They see what's going on. And frankly, they're fed up with the smoke and mirrors. The same man who built an empire off the blueprint seems to be using that blueprint to bury truths instead of building legacies. And let's not even start on the Beyoncé angle. Because you already know the Bayhive is sharpening their pitchforks. They've been quiet for now. But if even a whiff of this scandal lands on her pristine brand, you better believe the internet will melt. And let's be honest, Kanye doesn't speak unless he's trying to burn the house down or rebuild the ruins. And judging by his tone, this wasn't just a casual comment, it was a deliberate shot, a coded warning, and in classic Kanye fashion, it left just enough mystery to fuel weeks of speculation. And that's when things took another wild turn. Because the very next morning, after Kanye's statement went viral, Rymir's legal team filed a brand new petition in a New Jersey court, this time demanding the release of sealed documents that were previously lost in administrative black holes. And guess who's been trying to keep those documents buried? Allegedly Jay's lawyers. The court date is set. The evidence is mounting. And the silence from Jay-Z, it's turning from suspicious to downright ominous. Which brings us back to the question nobody wants to answer. Is Jay-Z really hiding a son from the world? Or is the world just not ready to confront the truth about its favorite mogul? And if Kanye West is backing this man up, maybe it's not madness. Maybe, just maybe it's a warning. So let's break it down. A brand new court petition hits New Jersey like a legal bomb. And the name on the front page, Rymir he's done waiting. He's done begging. He's coming for the truth, and this time, he's coming with receipts. Now here's where things start to shift from celebrity drama into full-blown courtroom thriller. This isn't just some fan-made theory or old tabloid fluff. No, we're talking official documents, federal subpoenas, and sealed records mysteriously misplaced for over a decade. And guess whose lawyers allegedly filed repeated motions to keep those files sealed tight like a federal vault? You guessed it, Jay-Z's legal team. But why? Why all this effort to bury a simple paternity case if you've got nothing to hide? That's what the public's been screaming on social media. Thousands of fans are reposting the same hashtag now. Hashtag #TakeTheTest, Even former industry insiders are jumping into the comments. One anonymous exec tweeted, "This ain't new. Jay's been dodging this kid since '03. Ask anybody who was in the room back then. And while Jay stays silent, Kanye West continues to stir the pot. He posted a cryptic Instagram story, black screen, white letters, just 3 chilling words: truth finds blood. And guess who reposted it? Rymir, with a DNA emoji. I mean, come on at this point. Even Netflix would say this script is too wild to greenlight, but it's not just about the drama anymore, it's about how deep this cover-up might really go. According to leaked emails reviewed by anonymous legal analysts, there were multiple attempts over the years to suppress this case, not just from Jay-Z's team, but allegedly from entertainment lawyers linked to high-profile brands and music boards. One insider claims ROC Nation board members held a crisis call back in 2015, when Rymir's case nearly made it to mainstream media, Their reported fear. Brand damage. And the silence from Beyoncé. Deafening. You'd think, with a scandal this nuclear sitting in her living room, Queen Bey would have dropped a subtle lyric, an Instagram statement, something, but no radio silence. Some fans believe that's her way of distancing herself. Others think she's staying quiet to protect her empire, but a few are speculating that maybe, just maybe, she's known all along. One viral TikTok dissected clips of Beyoncé during recent interviews, claiming her body language changed whenever Jay-Z's past was mentioned. Side-eyes, nervous laughs. Even a sudden shift in tone when a host brought up family secrets. Is it a stretch? Maybe, but this is the internet, and the internet doesn't need court orders to investigate vibes. Meanwhile, Rymir supporters are multiplying. Activists, lawyers, bloggers, even musicians have voiced support. Some are calling it a civil rights issue, pointing to how a black man with limited resources has spent over a decade trying to get justice, only to be repeatedly blocked by billion-dollar attorneys. One prominent lawyer posted, "This isn't just about paternity, it's about access, it's about power." And behind the scenes, rumors are swirling about a whistleblower, allegedly someone from Jay-Z's inner circle, who's ready to testify. Yep, you heard that right. A mystery witness. And word on the street is, this person isn't just bringing their voice, they're bringing photos, texts, and maybe even a journal that details what really went down between Jay-Z and Wanda back in the 90s. If true, this witness could blow the whole thing wide open. But guess what? It gets messier. Reports have surfaced that Jay-Z's team recently tried to offer a quiet settlement to make the petition disappear before the next court hearing. Sources say the number thrown out was in the 7 figures, but here's the twist: Rymir rejected it. Flat out said no. Why? Because according to those close to him, he doesn't want money, he wants acknowledgement. Imagine turning down $1 million check just to get the truth out. That's not clout chasing, that's a mission. And remember, while all of this is happening, Kanye West is still dropping bombs. On a leaked voice note, allegedly sent to a friend, Kanye can be heard saying, "Jay spent years controlling the game, but you can't control fatherhood. That's divine law." And now fans are speculating if Kanye is gearing up to drop a documentary or Expose-style album around this whole situation. Watch The Throne 2 might turn into Expose The Throne. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's legal team is panicking. Court reporters claim their latest motion wasn't just a denial, it was a full-blown emergency response, asking the court to bar any further media disclosure of the case. And that's when things took an even darker turn. Rymir's personal YouTube channel was mysteriously suspended just days after he posted a video explaining his side of the story. Coincidence? Or is someone pulling digital strings behind the scenes? Let's not forget the corporate machine behind Jay-Z. ROC Nation, Tidal, his art auction buddies, his sports agency. All these networks now sitting on edge, wondering if this hidden sun scandal is going to crash their next billion-dollar rollout. One entertainment exec was allegedly overheard saying, "This can't hit the Super Bowl. This can't hit the Oscars. It'll taint everything." Too late, because the fans aren't waiting for CNN. They've taken to Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, digging up old footage, analyzing every lyric, and piecing together a 20-year trail of breadcrumbs. One post went viral, claiming that a song Jay released in 1998 was actually a coded confession about leaving a child behind. Another found what they claim is Wanda's name hidden in the metadata of an early ROCFella music file. True or not, tits all, fuel to the fire. And while Jay plays chess, Rymir is playing truth or dare, with the world watching. He released a new statement just last night. "I didn't ask to be born into this storm, but I'm not afraid of thunder anymore." Translation: he's not backing down. He's ready to drag this into every courtroom, every interview, and every red carpet, if that's what it takes. And that's when another massive bombshell dropped. Late last night, Wanda Rymir's mother spoke publicly for the first time in years. In a raw, unfiltered video, she addressed the allegations head-on. I told Sean he was the father. I was just a girl, and he was already gone. He knew. He always knew." Boom. Suddenly, this isn't just Rymir's story, it's a mother's plea, a son's mission, and a billionaire's legacy crumbling under the weight of denial. You could hear the tremble in Wanda's voice, the heartbreak, the exhaustion, and when she said the words, "I just want my son to be seen," the comments exploded. Justice for Rymir J. It's time. Kanye was right. And, let's be real, if Kanye West is the voice of reason in this saga, you know we're in uncharted territory. And just when the world thought this couldn't get any wilder, guess who stepped in? Solange Knowles. Yeah, the same Solange who once drop-kicked Jay-Z in an elevator. She posted one word on Twitter: karma. No tag, no context, just karma. So what's next? What happens when one of the world's most powerful men is cornered by truth, DNA, and a global audience that refuses to look away? Because Jay-Z can avoid interviews. He can seal court records. But he can't outrun biology, and he definitely can't silence a generation that grew up on justice. And the biggest question still remains: what if Kanye's right? What if the emperor has no clothes, no excuses, and no more hiding places? And just like that, the whispers turned into screams. Because within 24 hours of Solange's cryptic karma tweet, we got hit with the moment everyone was waiting for: courtroom footage. Leaked, blurry, grainy, but real. In the video, filmed during a closed-door hearing in Trenton, New Jersey, Rymir Satterthwaite can be seen sitting across from Jay-Z's legal team, and while Jay-Z himself didn't appear in person, his lawyers were visibly tense, flipping through folders like their lives depended on it. A woman in a gray blazer, allegedly part of ROC Nation's legal squad, can be heard saying, "We will not be participating in any DNA procedure without full court oversight and protection of privacy rights." And that's when the judge leaned forward and asked one simple question: what exactly is being protected here? Silence. The internet erupted. Within hours, #WhatIsJayZHIDing started trending globally. Even verified celebrities were retweeting it. And guess who doubled down? Kanye. He posted a screenshot of the courtroom video with the caption, "Truth is like light, you can't seal it." Meanwhile, inside ROC Nation, sources say the walls are shaking. Multiple executives have reportedly gone on leave. PR teams are working overtime. One staffer allegedly sent out a mass email at 2 a.m. urging employees to avoid any media engagement involving Rymir or ongoing litigation. A damage control firm based in LA has been brought in to manage reputational spillover. Translation: the panic is real. And then came the next hit: private footage, leaked from 1993. Yep, you read that right. A grainy home video surfaced on an anonymous message board, appearing to show a young Jay-Z pre-fame exiting a building with none other than Wanda, Rymir's mother. The two are laughing, arms brushing. Wanda's visibly pregnant, and in the background, a friend holding a camcorder can be heard joking, "Yo Hav, that baby's gonna come out rapping." Instant chaos. Within minutes, the footage spread across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, every platform lit up like wildfire. And for the first time, Jay-Z's mythos, the curated legacy, the billionaire mystique, the Godfather image, felt vulnerable, human, cracked, and through it all, Rymir stood tall. He dropped a statement that shook the culture. "I didn't ask for this. I didn't chase clout. I chased truth. And I'm not leaving until it stands in the open." But let's go deeper, because the fallout wasn't just legal or public, it was financial. Within 48 hours of the courtroom leak, ROC Nation lost two major brand partners. One luxury car company pulled out of a campaign. Another canceled a concert deal. Jay-Z's stock in a private NFT platform dropped 18%. It's like the universe finally stopped protecting the secret. And the Beyoncé angle. Oh, it hit home. Fans flooded her pages, demanding answers. Some begged her to speak out. Others pleaded with her to protect Rymir, but a select few started digging into her lyrics. They're pointing to cryptic lines in her Lemonade album. One theory suggests Sandcastles was actually about Jay's secret family. One TikTok even claimed that Love Drought was written the day Wanda called Beyoncé's team in 2012. Are we reaching? Maybe. But in this world, where tea boils faster than fact checks, anything's fair game. Anything's fair game. And now, enter the final twist, the one nobody saw coming. Because out of nowhere, a second man has come forward. Yep, another alleged child of Jay-Z. This time, he's from Maryland. His name, Deshaun Carter. No relation to Beyoncé. No relation to Rymir. Just another man in his 30s who claims that his mother had a brief affair with Jay-Z in the late 90s, and he's got paperwork to prove it. Bruh, this isn't a scandal. It's a dynasty unraveling. Jay-Z's lawyers immediately issued a cold statement, denying any credibility to the new claim, but the damage was already done. Blogs started running with headlines like, "Jay-Z, father of three." One tweet said, "This ain't Blueprint, this is Maury season finale." Savage. And meanwhile, Kanye posted a meme of Jay-Z photoshopped into a baby shower with the caption, "All these years, and no balloons." Petty. Yes. Effective. Absolutely. Back in court, Rymir's team has now formally requested a federal investigation into what they call a systemic suppression of biological evidence. That means, if this gets greenlit, the case could move out of state hands and straight into the federal spotlight. FBI subpoenas, witness interviews, even mandatory DNA testing if probable cause is established. If that happens, it's game over. And just think about what that would mean, not just for Jay-Z, but for his businesses, his partnerships, his legacy. Imagine the man who once rapped, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman," being reduced to front-page paternity test headlines. And let's not forget the public. The millions who grew up idolizing him. The artists who signed to ROC Nation because they believed in something bigger than music. Even those people are now questioning, did we build our dreams on a lie? And then there's Rymir, who started this whole journey not with fame in mind, but with a simple request, acknowledge me. His journey is a reflection of how fame and money can turn truth into a commodity and how even the biggest names can't bury blood forever. So here we are. One man with a microphone. One truth buried in court files. And one empire that might be built on silence. Which brings us to you, the viewers. The truth seekers. The digital detectives. The ones who know when something smells off. Because we're at a crossroads, folks. Jay-Z has two options. Continue hiding, or finally face the truth. And if Kanye West, yes, Kanye is the one holding the flashlight in this dark tunnel, then maybe it's time we stopped laughing and started looking. Because, if this case goes federal, if the DNA test gets ordered, if the witness shows up with receipts, then Jay-Z isn't just at risk of losing fans, he's at risk of losing his legacy. And now we ask you, what would you do if your idol was hiding a son? Would you forgive him, defend him, or hold him accountable? And if this is what they're hiding, what else don't we know? So now the question isn't if the truth is coming out, it's how loud the explosion's gonna be when it finally does. Because, let's be real, you don't seal court records for decades, dodge DNA tests, and deploy half of Manhattan's legal army, unless you've got something very real to hide. And now, thanks to one unexpected cosign from Kanye West, the entire world is looking at Jay-Z not like a mogul, but like a man cornered by consequences. Think about it, the world once crowned him the king of hip-hop. But what if that crown is sitting on a throne of lies? What if Rymir is the missing piece in the puzzle Jay-Z's been hiding from us all along? And now we turn it over to you. Do you believe the rumors? Do you think Jay-Z has been secretly hiding his son for over 30 years? Is Kanye just stirring chaos or finally pulling back the curtain on the industry's darkest secrets? And if the courts force a DNA test, what happens when the truth is undeniable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't hold back. We want the wild takes, the conspiracy theories, the receipts, who's lying, who's covering, and who's finally telling the truth. And if you thought this story was wild, just wait until you see what we uncovered next. So smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications, because over here, we don't do fluff. We do facts, we do fire, and we do exposure with receipts. See you in the next video. Truth seekers. This was the Petty Room, where legends fall and secrets don't stand a chance.